Hey everyone, Seamus here with another exciting video for all my loyal followers and subscribers. This is a video that is a long time in the coming. I've been a fan of Belinda Carlisle for years and years now. My favorite songs from her include Mad About You, Heaven is a Place on Earth, of course, and all her work with the Go-Go's, including the songs Vacation, Our Lips Are Sealed, as well as, We Got the Beat is probably my favorite song. We got the beat, well, I don't want to I don't want to sing the song because that'll put a copyright claim on this video, but basically what the point that I'm trying to make is that I'm a huge Belinda Carlisle fan, and I just love her. I just love her music. She reassures me that not everyone in the pop world is soulless, that people in the music industry do have a soul. People in the music industry do think about greater issues than selling records. They think about issues like animal rights, about human rights, about things that affect us all in our daily lives, and don't just make great music, they also make changes in our world, and Belinda Carlisle is a great example of that. She's a woman who is not afraid to stand up for what she believes is right, even if that means compromising her musical career. She doesn't care about that. She'll stand up for what she knows is right, including the rights of animals, the rights of the LGBT community. She'll stand up for all these people because she knows that it's right, and I commend her for that. And not only all that, but as I've said before, I'm a huge fan of all of her music. She's one of the greatest singers of my lifetime, of the lifetime of many other people, and it's sad that this generation that we live in doesn't give her much credit for being the great musician and person that she is, but hopefully this video will remedy that. Hopefully this video will kind of put the spotlight on Belinda Carlisle and what a great person she is. I was a fan of both Madonna and Belinda Carlisle, and both are very similar musically. Actually, Belinda has more integrity, and I'll get into this later in the video, but Belinda has more integrity, Belinda has more varied styles than Madonna, and Belinda has better songs than Madonna. But I'll get into all that later. Let me just say that on a certain scale, they are very similar. Belinda Carlisle and Madonna are very similar on a certain scale. But there are many things separating them, and Madonna is the person who I blame for creating this rift. Alright? In her documentary, in Madonna's documentary, Truth or Dare. Truth or Dare was released in the early 90s, I think 91 or 92. And this is around the time when Madonna's career was just having its last gasps of breath, of air. Because she had gone through the 80s, and of course in the 1980s she was the biggest pop star on the planet next to Michael Jackson. So she went through the 80s, and then by the 90s she started getting desperate for attention. Alright, and the early 90s she had that big tour, the Ambitious Blonde Tour, the Blonde Ambition Tour, which was in the early 90s, and this was one of the biggest tours of her career. So of course, I'm not saying that her career lived and died in the 80s. Her career did span multiple decades into the 90s, but I'm saying by the early 90s, she was desperate to maintain her fame. She was desperate to keep a hold of that celebrity that she had gained in the 80s, and even though her music wasn't as good as it was in those early days in 83 through 85 and 86, not only all that, but she felt the need to bash other pop stars. She felt the need to drag other people down, to drag other musicians and other pop artists down, just to build herself up, which is just sad in my book. It just shows you how weak she is, how desperate she was to maintain her fame in the face of being completely forgotten based on the fact that her music that she was releasing at the time was shit. I watched Truth or Dare a few years ago, it was on one of those networks like Stars or Showtime or HBO or Cinemax, where it was just a movie on at the time when I happened to be watching TV and I was flipping through the channel. So I put on Truth or Dare for like 30 minutes or so. And I watched the part where Madonna kind of meets up with her childhood friend, and she kind of blows the childhood friend off in the movie because she's too busy being a pop star and being a famous diva, as she was back then. So she blew off this childhood friend of hers, and that kind of struck me as totally rude and just totally just a horrible thing that I would expect a horrible person to do. And Madonna did it, and I just said to myself, wow. I gave her the benefit of the doubt, though, at the time, because I was like, Madonna, she must have been going through a lot during this period that Truth or Dare was filmed in the early 90s, so maybe she was going through emotional terms. She was trying to overcompensate for the fact that her record sales were slowly diminishing, that her popularity was diminishing as well, and ticket sales were not as strong as they previously were, so she was under a lot of stress at the time. But that doesn't excuse what she did next. In Truth or Dare, the Madonna documentary, she went on, and this was a scene when she was getting makeup put on her face, and I think Heaven is a Place on Earth was playing on the radio or something, and Madonna said this. Madonna was sitting in her chair, in her makeup chair, or her hairstyle chair, or whatever. Madonna requires many, many people to make her look good. Alright? She gets hair, makeup, the whole deal, just to make her look passable. She doesn't even look that hot. She looks just passable in Truth or Dare, that era of Madonna. Now she looks like trash, but back then she still maintained her looks to a degree, but it required many, many, many people to help her put makeup on, put her hairstyle on, and all that, etc. So what she said next really struck me the wrong way and made me think that she's a horrible person. She's sitting in her chair, and Heaven is a Place on Earth comes on, and she says, ugh, Belinda Carlisle. Carlisle? Oh, give me a break, sister. Give me a break, Sister Madonna. You gotta be kidding me. Dissing Belinda Carlisle in your shitty movie? You gotta be kidding me with that shit, Madonna. Alright, you are scum compared to Belinda Carlisle. You are nothing! I know you have riches, I know you have fans worldwide, but you, believe me, you are nothing compared to Belinda. And I'll get into all that in the following video that you're watching right now. I compiled a list of reasons why Belinda Carlisle is better than Madonna. Is Belinda as popular as Madonna? No. I'll be the first to admit that, but that's only because Madonna is shameless and she sold herself. She sold her music out. She has no integrity whatsoever. She sold her soul for nothing but fame and short-term notoriety. She not only sold herself out, she sold Belinda out. By making this documentary, by bashing her in this documentary, by kind of throwing some shade at Belinda Carlisle for no reason. And you know what? Belinda was a fan. Read her autobiography. Read Belinda Carlisle's autobiography. She talks about Madonna and the influence Madonna had on her life. Even though Belinda precursed Madonna. Belinda exploded onto the scene in 1981 with that out of the way. Let's dive into the main topic of this video, which is the main topic of this video is, why is Belinda Carlisle better than Madonna? Why is Belinda Carlisle a better person overall than Madonna, who is a piece of trash? Who bashes other people just to build her own notoriety up, and who is hated. Madonna is hated by pretty much everyone in the music industry. and I'll be referencing that. You can find references for all of my arguments in the not only comment section but also the description of this video. First of all, Belinda is better than Madonna because Belinda Carlisle has better songs. Belinda Carlisle has way better songs than Madonna. Madonna is a one-trick pony. She has dance-oriented pop anthems for girls whose breath smells like cigarettes, okay? And I know that's kind of mean, but let's be honest here. Madonna specializes in one style of music, and that's dance-oriented pop music, and her main audience is girls whose breath smells like they just smoked a cigarette. Or a pack of cigarettes, rather. You all know the type. You'll be just minding your own business, and some girl walks in, and she looks kind of grubby, and this grubby chick smells like a pack of cigarettes. That's the kind of girl who probably listens to Madonna. Alright? And Madonna is probably that type of girl herself. When I see Madonna, it's almost like I can smell her through the screen, through the TV screen, through the computer screen. And what I smell is a musty, kind of moldy cigarette smell that smells like the armpit of an ogre. Honestly. So, Belinda's music, on the other hand, is more varied. She's spanned the genres. Talking from punk to new wave to old school rock to pop-oriented dance like Madonna specializes in. And Belinda conquered all of these musical styles just based on her personality, based on her talent, based on her amazing voice, based on her charisma. And Belinda is just an amazing musician. She's an amazing singer. She has great songs, and she's never compromised her musical integrity just for notoriety like Madonna has on time and time again. Her lyrics, Belinda's lyrics, are easier to relate to. Madonna's lyrics are only relatable if you have no morals. Belinda's lyrics just come from the heart. Belinda's lyrics come from the heart, and Madonna's lyrics come from the crotch. Alright? Madonna's lyrics come from a place that most moral people want to kind of hide away from, kind of push to the back of their minds, because engaging that part of the brain only leads to misery, it only leads to sadness, and it only leads to being totally corrupted as a human being, as Madonna is. And Belinda's voice is much better than Madonna's. Belinda's voice is raspy at times, but still has that soulful charm, that kind of all-American girl charm that keeps listeners coming back for more. But Madonna's voice is just nasty. Madonna's voice is nothing special. Madonna's voice kind of makes me want to turn off the song after 30 seconds because it's so grating on my eardrums. Belinda has a better fashion sense, and also she's prettier. Belinda has such a cute face. She has a face like, it's almost heart-shaped. She has such a unique, cute doll face that she's just a delight to watch. You watch her videos, you watch her live videos. I've seen almost every single live video of Belinda on YouTube, and I just love watching every single one. Because she is just so cute, especially back in the 80s and the early 90s. She was just such an adorable girl, and she just represents everything to me that's all-American, that is pure. She has a purity of soul that is undeniable, that kind of reflects on everyone who listens to her. And everyone who is a fan of Belinda knows that listening to Belinda's music kind of purifies the soul, it rejuvenates the spirit, because Belinda herself is a pure-hearted woman. Belinda is a woman who is inspired, who inspires everyone she comes across, because she's just so in tune with the world around her, and she's just so confident in herself and her music that it kind of rubs off on anyone who listens, and people who listen to her gain confidence, they gain self-esteem. They just love her so much, and especially me. Belinda is the all-American girl next door. Madonna is the girl next door too, but only if you live next to a crack house. That's right, Madonna is disgusting, as I've said before in this video. Belinda has more variety. She just has more variety of music, not only, but also of wardrobe. Belinda has she can wear colorful dresses. She can wear elegant clothing and elegant dresses, and also just kind of relax and just be like kind of one of the girls, you know what I mean? Just wear relaxed clothing, kind of beach body attire, and she looks great in everything that she wears. Madonna, on the other hand, looks terrible in everything she wears. She looks like trash. She looks like if you opened up a trash bag that's a week old that has been laying on the street for the past week. You open that up and all the trash that kind of comes flowing out, that kind of comes spewing out, that reminds me of Madonna. Not first and foremost, but another reason is because Belinda has way more integrity than Madonna does. Alright, Belinda is the definition of integrity. Belinda is humble and sweet to fans. Just look at her Twitter page. She is always retweeting fans. She's always interacting with fans. I have tweeted her many, many times, and she hasn't replied to my tweets quite yet, but I'm always seeing her retweet and reply to other people. So hopefully someday she will be replying to me, and hopefully she sees this video and realizes how big of a fan I am. And I will hope to be seeing the Go-Go's live in concert this summer if I have enough money to do so, or if I win tickets from a radio contest, which I'm hoping to do as well. I will be seeing Belinda Carlisle in concert, and I will be reaching out to her PR team to see if I can get an interview with her, because I would love to sit down and just discuss with her her life in music and her influence over the world of music and the world of pop music, and her influence over female pop stars in particular, and also her influence over the feminist movement, which I believe is vast and I believe is a positive effect on the feminist movement. So I would love to see Belinda in concert this summer, and I hope to do so. And I will be looking up tickets right after I record this video. I'll be looking up the ticket prices to see if I can afford it. And hopefully I will, because the Go-Go's have so many great songs, and Belinda Carlisle, my favorite singer of all time. So I'm very much hoping to see that, but Belinda Carlisle has way more integrity than Madonna. Belinda is humble and sweet to fans, and Madonna is stuck up. Madonna is petty, brash, and rude to her fans. Belinda has been happily married with a stellar family for years. Madonna has always used her hubbies for career gain only. You remember her marriage to Guy Ritchie? Remember that shitty movie that she made, Swept Away, back in 2003 or 4? Holy shit, that was a piece of crap! I have actually seen that movie, and it was terrible! Basically, Madonna only married Guy Ritchie to further her career in film acting, which from the beginning was total shit. She has never even once given a performance I would consider good. No matter how often she tries, she has always been just garbage in terms of acting. Whereas her music was good at the beginning, her acting has always been bad. And Belinda, on the other hand, has been happily married for years. She's been married for years, and her son is one of the most famous LGBTQ activists out there right now. And both her husband and son are very active in politics. They're very active in making this world a better place. And so is Belinda, in my opinion. She is very active in making the world a better place with her music and with her integrity. and I'll get into that in my next category. But let me just say this one more time. Belinda is humble and sweet to fans. Madonna, on the other hand, is stuck up. She doesn't give a crap about her fans. Alright, Madonna could care less about any individual fan. She just wants an overall sense of fame. She just wants notoriety. She just wants to be known. She just wants people to know her name. Well, I know your name, and it doesn't mean much to me, Madonna, because all you do is bash people like Belinda Carlisle, who have proved so much more than you. Belinda's father left her at a young age, and her stepfather, who came into the picture shortly thereafter, Belinda did not get along with her stepfather. There was a lot of tension in that household between her and her stepfather and her mother, so by the age of 19, she left home. And she went to LA to pursue her dreams of being a musician. And the first stint that she did was for a short time, she was the drummer of the band, the influential LA punk band, The Germs. So you may have this image of Belinda Carlisle as this all-American kind of pure pop star who kind of represents all-American values and is kind of this innocent pop star who sings songs, innocent songs of pop songs, but in reality, she's been in the gritty underbelly of the rock scene in LA in the early 80s. She was the drummer in a punk band, The Germs, which was one of the most influential punk bands of that era. So you look to Belinda Carlisle, and she's got so much integrity, spanning back to the early 80s and late 70s, early 80s. Belinda has been there since way back then. She's been in the scene, man. She's seen all sorts of things. She's been the drummer in The Germs, and after that she joined the Go-Go's, who redefined what it meant to be a girl band, who set the rock world on fire back then, who brought new wave into the mainstream and created so many classic songs that we still listen to today. Belinda was there from the very beginning, even before the Go-Go's, drumming for the band The Germs, who were one of the most influential punk bands of that time, and therefore one of the most influential punk bands of all time. So people out there who are fans of punk rock, who are saying, oh, Belinda Carlisle, oh, she's just a pop star. You're wrong. She was there since the very beginning. She has more integrity than you do. Even if you've been to every punk show in your area for the past 10, 20 years, Belinda's been there since she's one of the originals. Belinda is such a great person, and she kind of defines what it means to be a rock star, because she is a self-made person. She went from nothing, she went from less than nothing, and created a career and created a legacy of great songs, of great music, and she's still out there today touring and making people happy based on this legacy that she started in the early 80s drumming for the band The Germs, and then after that she joined the Go-Go's, and of course in 1981 the Go-Go's exploded with Our Lips Are Sealed, which was a hugely popular song that inspired a whole new generation of musicians and music fans with its catchy pop anthem with elements of new wave and punk in there. So Belinda became the lead singer of the Go-Go's, who were one of the most influential bands of the 80s, and the fact that they were also an all-girl band broke down so many barriers in the rock world scene, because up till this point, it was a boys' club. All of the bands out there, all the popular bands, were all men, and the Go-Go's were really the first all-female band to kind of break down that door. The Runaways existed before them, but they they didn't really break into the mainstream the same way that the Go-Go's did. And the influence of the Go-Go's is still felt even today with bands like Hailstorm and In This Moment. All these bands have the Go-Go's to thank for the fact that they are able to have these female musicians in there, and to the fact that female musicians get the same amount of respect as male musicians do. And that's all due to the fact that the Go-Go's broke down those barriers back in the early 80s. And Belinda Carlisle is a major player in that, and she deserves praise, she deserves respect for that, and it's one of the many, many reasons why she's better than Madonna, and why Madonna should apologize for bashing Belinda Carlisle in her shitty documentary, Truth or Dare, back in 1991. Belinda is just an overall better person than Madonna. Belinda is a vegetarian, she's a vegan, and Belinda is a proud supporter of animal rights. In 2014, Belinda Carlisle co-founded the Animal People Alliance. All right, the Animal People Alliance is a non-profit organization based in California, it's based in Calcutta, India. And this foundation raises funds and trains employs impoverished women to care for street animals. All right, so Belinda Carlisle is putting aside her own personal greed, her own ego is being put aside to help street animals, to help train women in India to care for street animals. And that represents such integrity on her part. It represents everything that's good about the human spirit. It's charitable, it's benevolent, and I sing so much praise for Belinda for giving her time and effort into training these people to care for street animals, because street animals are neglected so often in society. And people need to care more for these street animals, and just it's so tragic when you look on the streets and you see these animals being neglected, who are suffering, who are in great pain, and nobody is around to care for them. Well, Belinda Carlisle is making sure that somebody is out there caring for these animals. She's making sure that people are trained in order to care for these animals who are left on the street, and she's making sure that people know how to care for these animals, and that these animals are cared for, and that these animals eventually get off the street. Not only that, but Belinda Carlisle has a history of drug and alcohol abuse. But she successfully kicked that habit back in 2005. So she has been drug and alcohol free, I'm happy to say, since 2005. Whereas you look at Madonna and her recent performances, and there's no possible way you could deny that she is not on some sort of drugs or alcohol, because she's just a mess. She is trash. She is just embarrassing her own legacy, which is, her legacy is already garbage to begin with, so she's embarrassing herself. She is even lower than garbage right now. Belinda Carlisle is a Buddhist, which means that she is on an eternal quest to purify her spirit and ascend to a higher level of consciousness based on her Buddhist beliefs. Belinda is a very spiritual person. She believes in the purification of souls. She believes in spiritual purity, and that's why she is one of the greatest people out there right now in the pop music scene. And I respect her. I respect Belinda Carlisle so much for what she's done, for everything that she's done in the music world. And I just want to wish Belinda Carlisle a great year. I want to wish Belinda Carlisle a great summer that's coming up, the summer of 2016. And I've pretty much gone over everything I wanted to say. But let me just wrap this video up with a little message to Belinda. Belinda, I respect you so much I love your music. I listen to your music on a daily basis. And my favorite song from you is Mad About You. And by the way, I am mad about you. And I also love Heaven is a Place on Earth, one of the great pop songs of our generation. And I just want to wish you all the best. I know that you're a great person, and I know you have a caring heart, and I know that you care so much about integrity and about being the best that you can possibly be, and about spiritual purification. And if you do care about that, Belinda, check out some of my other videos, because you're gonna be interested in moon power, hashtag moon power, and you're gonna be interested in how we can harness moon power and how we can use moon power to purify our own spirits to ascend to a higher level of consciousness, okay? And on a full moon, under the life-giving beams of a full moon, we can meditate and we can expand our conscious perceptions, and we can eventually evolve as a human race. So I hope, Belinda, that you will check out my other videos, and I hope that you are happy in your life, as I know you are, because your life seems like the perfect world to me. And I love you. I want to wish you nothing but the best in life. And as far as Madonna goes, I don't hate Madonna. I just think that what she said in that Truth or Dare documentary was wrong. And she needs to apologize publicly to Belinda Carlisle for the horrible things that she said in that documentary. And when you're a big pop star and when you have millions of fans, you have to be responsible for what you put out there, the ideas that you put out there. And if you put out the idea that Belinda is some kind of a bad person, as you did in your documentary Truth or Dare, when you bashed her, when you callously bashed her and denigrated her in front of the world, you need to realize that people won't forget that. People like me won't forget that. And I will never forget what you said against Belinda Carlisle, one of the greatest human beings I know, Madonna. So what you should do is publicly apologize. And until you do so, I will hold a grudge against you. And I will continue to let people know how horrible of a person you are and how great of a person Belinda is. And Belinda, the main focus of this video is on Belinda Carlisle, not Madonna, who is a piece of trash. Belinda Carlisle is an angel. Belinda Carlisle, I love. I wish nothing but the best for. And I encourage every single one of my followers to go on Amazon right now and buy every single CD that Belinda Carlisle has put out, because every single CD that she's done is gold from start to finish. Belinda Carlisle represents everything good about the human spirit. She represents benevolence in regards to her animal rights activities. She represents integrity in regards to her whole career, spanning from the Germs to the Go-Go's to her solo career and beyond. And also in her personal life in regards to her husband and her son, who fight to represent human rights across the world. So, Belinda Carlisle, I salute you, and I love you, and I wish you nothing but the best, and I'll see you this summer with the Go-Go's. And Madonna, you need to make a public apology right now to Belinda Carlisle and possibly announce some sort of collaboration between the two of you. I would love to see you two collaborate on a song or an album, and I'm sure if you did, then it would set the pop music world on fire, because the two biggest female pop stars on earth getting together for one song, that would be spectacular, and I hope to see that in the future, and I hope that Madonna eventually apologizes. So, in conclusion, I just want to thank you, Belinda Carlisle, and I'll be following you on Twitter, and I'll be sharing this video with you on Twitter, so I hope you check it out, and I'll be replying to your tweets, retweeting you. And also, I just want to say thank you for all the great music you've produced. Please, if you're watching this video, follow my Twitter, follow my YouTube page, and subscribe to my YouTube page, and leave a comment below. I want you to take the time out of your day to leave a comment below. Just tell me what Belinda Carlisle means to you, and what and what you think about the rift between Madonna and Belinda Carlisle, and who you think is better, Belinda or Madonna. And I swear to God, I won't downvote you if you say Madonna, but I will be kind of upset, to be honest, because as I've laid out in this video, Belinda is way better than Madonna. Oh, so in conclusion, like this video, I'm expecting to see a comment from you in this video, and also share this video on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, across all social media platforms. I want to see this video shared. And I just want to send one more thank you to Belinda Carlisle, and I just want to thank Belinda for all of the music that she's made and for her integrity through the years and being the best pop star on earth. So thank you, Belinda, and I will be a fan for life, and I'll be tweeting you very soon. I hope you're looking out for my tweets, and that goes for all of my followers and all of my subscribers. I hope you have a good day, and check out some of Belinda Carlisle's music. Alright, so that's it for now, and you can expect more videos from me in the very near future. Seamus, checking out.